Few stories in professional golf are as powerful as the redemption of Anthony Kim and his fight to return to the green. Anthony Kim turned a 12-year disappearance into a comeback that proves a single shoulder cue and a stubborn reason to fight beat a decade of doubt. Today you will learn how his shoulder-first swing, Bella-driven purpose, tiny daily gains, and clutch poise form a teachable map for resilience. First, let's explore how Anthony Kim uses a single shoulder-first trigger to simplify the complex mechanics of the golf swing. Kim's coaching philosophy strips complexity down to one repeatable physical trigger so players stop thinking and start swinging. In a 2026 TikTok, Ratty Golf demonstrates the left shoulder cue that helps ensure solid contact, showing a simple physical trigger over technical overload.
Yes, I just think if I get my left shoulder behind this ball, the only way I'm going to make solid contact is if my right shoulder goes past the ball.
Boom.
And then stick your finish.
This shoulder behind, and then what? This shoulder.
And then right shoulder through.
Okay.
Right, so
Consistent contact matters more than perfect theory, which is why drilling a single cue builds confidence under speed and stress. In a 2026 TikTok, Playmaker Nation points to the payoff of that simplicity with the short assessment, good contact. Second, let's examine the surgical work and dedication required for Anthony Kim to climb from relegation back to a tournament win. The arc of Kim's return was less cinematic and more surgical, full of relegation, qualification tournaments, and quiet daily work. In a 2026 TikTok, the equipment junkie traces how AK was relegated from the league and then clawed back toward a wildcard spot.
AK then gets relegated from the league, has to go back to Live Q School. And during Q School, has to make this 8-footer just to make the cut and keep going. The putt drops, and then he rallies the final 2 rounds to finish 3rd and claim the last wildcard spot on Live for 2026. And yesterday, put together what is truly one of the greatest final rounds I've ever witnessed in my life, to win the second event of the year in Australia by 3. Mind you, he started the final round 5 back of Jon Rahm and Bryson.
His win was not instant luck. It was the end of a long climb from 0 points to a final round masterpiece. Third, let's discuss how Kim paired a commitment to 1% daily gains with a deep motivation found in his daughter Bella. In a 2026 TikTok, Digi Sports highlights that Kim won a professional tournament for the first time in 15 years.
He won a professional golf tournament for the first time in 15 years. Amazing story about perseverance and what you can do when you believe in yourself. Congratulations, AK. Listen to what he had to say.
Part of that climb was a relentless commitment to marginal gains, the 1% improvements that compound into world-class form. In a 2026 TikTok, David Shara captures Kim's pledge to get 1% better every single day.
Wildcard spot, he chose to commit to getting 1% better every single day. And now he's a Live Golf champion, $4 million richer, but most importantly, sober and back to doing the things that he loves. And that is a hell of a comeback.
But technique only matters when you have a motive that silences doubt. And for Kim, that motive was family. Next, let's look at how Kim leveraged his historic record at Augusta and mastered high-pressure putting routines to reclaim his status. In a 2026 TikTok, 4PlayPod shares Kim saying that seeing his daughter Bella on the green made him fight to prove he wasn't a loser.
She will. And for her to be able to run on the green and see her dad isn't a loser was one of the most special moments of my life. I'm going to try to leave a lot of details out. But I will tell her that, before she came into this world, that I didn't feel any purpose in my life.
When the leaderboard tightened, Kim relied on routines and nerve rather than flash to finish strong. In a 2026 TikTok, Live Golfly shows him making multiple similar lengths putts under massive pressure.
And 4 similar length putts under the biggest pressure.
Yeah, I mean, he could be forgiven for being tentative with these, but look at the pace it runs into the hole in. Just courage and buckets.
His history at Augusta and that 11 birdie round are reminders that legacy can be a teaching tool, not a millstone. Finally, let's see how Kim turned public skepticism into personal therapy to overcome past demons. In a 2026 TikTok, Golf culture reminds viewers that Kim still holds the record for most birdies in a single Masters round.
Masters, he made 11 at Augusta back in 2009. Although I gotta say, the live announcers were having an absolute field day with this. I think the exact quote was something along the lines of like, "Move aside, Ben Hogan. This is the greatest comeback in golf history." What about a guy named Tiger Woods winning the Masters?
Skepticism from peers only amplified the meaning of the win, turning public doubt into private validation. For Kim, the course became a kind of therapy, where each made putt was a small victory over past demons. So what can we learn from Anthony Kim's historic journey back to the top of the leaderboard? Here are 3 takeaways you can use in teaching resilience and skill. First, Anthony Kim shows that simplifying a skill to one reliable cue, like the shoulder cue, trumps paralysis by analysis. Second, anchor learning to a real purpose like Bella or family to stabilize emotion and sustain long, hard work. Finally, pair 1% daily gains with routines for clutch moments, and you can turn long absences into comeback victories like Kim's LIV golf win.